I'm racing, but not because of the results, but the will to try and go as fast as I can. I'm Raphaela Richter. I am a professional mountain biker. I grew up in northern Bavaria, Franconia, and I have two older brothers, and I got into mountain biking just by following their footsteps and copying everything they did. We never really went to normal holidays that usually families do, but we went to cross-country races from a young age on, and my parents were driving us around Germany to let us do our racing, and they were really supportive. I got my first sponsorship deal in a pretty young age. Obviously, I didn't take it for granted, but I think I was pretty spoiled. It was a bit of an up and down with that trying or wanting to be a professional. I had to find myself and find out what I want. In a way, in 2021, I realized I think I want to be a professional racer. When I was on my first year with IBIS racing, I realized, okay, I'm actually pretty good at this, and the results were good. And then by the time I started to realize, okay, everything I have to do is basically to ride my bike, I put a lot of pressure on myself. So that is basically the biggest downside that you have when you are a full-time racer. The pressure an athlete can put on himself is, tremendous. And I kind of burst with that pressure. Since 2023, I had big problems with nervousness. So last year I actually puked before every race, like honestly every race. So I was full-time racer for 3 years and realized, okay, there's also downsides. So I questioned everything a bit. So is it the racing that I enjoy? Or is it just the bike riding that I enjoy? Or is it kind of a mix of both? And now I know it's the will to try and go as fast as I can. Woo! Last year in Poland, I was a bit unlucky. The tracks would have suited me well, so it's cool to get a second chance there. So the trails in Poland are actually relatively flat, and you have to push heaps to ride fast. That's basically a type of riding that is quite typical for generally in Germany.
Ich glaube, dass hier ein bisschen wieder Hamm ist, weil halt ständig irgendwas anderes kommt und man so am Arbeiten ist. Man muss immer den Kopf voll bei der Sache sein. Ja, aber dann, wo er läuft, oder? Dann kommt wieder irgendwas, was sich vielleicht aushebeln könnte. Heißt, du musst da halt schon immer Spannung da haben. Und das ist ein bisschen wie daheim.
I know I can ride fast at home, and if everything kinda like the circumstances are like at home, there's less things to worry about.
Ja, mir kommen gerade selber die Tränen, wie gut ich das mache.
My brother Basti will come to song races in Hannah. She's a cool girl and good vibes.
Ich bin der Basti, ich bin Koch, Physio, Hausmädchen und Fahrer. Und ich bin die Hanna.
Und ich bin die Rafa. Und wir sind die deutsch-österreichische
Freundschaft.
Basti-Sei-Funktionen bei der DÖP. Physio ist eigentlich fast zweitrangig. Koch, Mitdenker, Koch
Und Koch.
und Koch.
Schön Bohnen vorm Renntag.
Da werden sich morgen die Leute hinter uns freuen.
Weil du kannst besser mit mir.
Ja, das war auch ein Problem, ja.
Warte, ich bin auch gleich da.
Playing a part, yeah, left me stunning. All of these things I never knew I wanted. Deep down, I probably always saw it coming. But then I could let go, dodging echoes. Deep down, I probably always saw it coming. Now I'm in a free fall. Days of my day. Pray for the wind to slow down the feeling and let me somewhere new.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry for that. It's like,
But that's how it is. I mean, we gotta do something about the fucking shoulder. Die Raphaela ist richtig gut gefahren, hat die erste Stage gewonnen, dann 2 zweite Plätze auf den Stages, dann die vierte, die vorletzte Stage wieder gewonnen, womit sie dann 0,3 Sekunden in Führung war vor der letzten Stage und direkt vorm Start von Stage 5 ist ihr dann die Schulter rausgesprungen und ja, Rennen vorbei, DNF. Ja.
Since 2025, I started a part-time job at Crosswork Cycles, and I also have a sponsorship deal with them, so they support me with frames. I'm racing, but not because of the results, but because of the goal to just enjoy racing and going as fast as I can again and just concentrate on what's important. And for me, it's just basically good vibes and good people that surround me and the adventure around the whole enduro. My bike this year feels pretty special to me. Crossworks is a brand that produces aluminium frames in Thuringia, in Germany. Everything is handmade in Germany and welded in Germany. That's not the only thing about the frame. It's extra cool that Ruben, my boyfriend, welded it. You can say your boyfriend welded and built your frame. It's just super sick. Well, it's pretty cool to work with rather smaller brands because in general I just wanted to set an example that you're able to consume things that are produced locally. With Schwalbe and their recycling program, that was just a good fit for me too, because I know as a bike rider I have a big impact on the environment, and with that system I'm just a big fan of that. Ruben and I finally moved into a new flat. We're living on a hill and there's like 40 meters of altitude, and Ruben and I are allowed to build tracks on the grass field behind the house. And it's an interesting task because I like to help with trail maintenance, usually, but I'm usually not the one who builds the trails and sets the route.
Macht es halt wirklich, kannst in den Anlieger die Oberseite vom Hang zu supporten, wo du unten was bräuchtest.
Ja, aber es kommt ja noch.
Naja, aber dann würde ich jetzt da bei dem aufhören und hier weitermachen.
In a way, I have an opinion about trails and tracks, but now I realize that it's not easy to set that into or put that into reality.
Aber optisch, ja, man braucht ja eigentlich noch keinen Support. Die Optik passt ja jetzt.
But I trust Ruben with the route and just be the executive and get a shovel. When I was a full-time professional, it was pretty hard for me to find a good routine. And now that I'm working a little bit again, it's easier for me because you have something from outside that kind of pushes you.
I'm trying my way to let go, but all I get feels like falling. And I would like you to marry me, don't let go.
My top 3 goals is to laugh a lot, to be more confident, and getting a World Cup win.